everyone. My name is Lahan. I run the program, Israel Pro Program of Young Judea Israel. And this is Aaron. Aaron, do you want to present yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Aaron. I'm currently a participant on the program, the Israel Pros 5-month internship program. I'm from Perth, and yeah, okay, okay.
Perfect. So since I manage the program and I'm not the marketing person of the program, I thought to do it a little bit differently because um, let's face it, all of the program sounds kind of the same, so they are very similar. So I thought just to be authentic and bring you a participant who is currently here, 2 months inside the program already. So Aaron started his internship program in August 11th. And yeah, I thought about just interviewing Aaron and asking him the relevant questions. And if you have questions in the end, then you can, of course, ask Aaron or me as well. So, Aaron, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, how old are you? Where are you from? Why did you want to come to Israel on such kind of a program?
Yeah, sure. So as I said, I'm Aaron. I'm 22 years old. I just actually turned 22. I'm from Perth, like I said, and I decided to do this program because, I mean, it's nice to be talking to fellow Australians here, but I'm sure you guys know that like a lot of people do go on after school gap year programs through youth movements or whatever, and I decided not to do it. I decided to go straight to university, and in a way, I think I kind of regretted it because I definitely grew up with a really strong Israel connection. Um, and then I don't know, something just like clicked to me. I was like, I want to do something. I'd never heard of any of these things. And I just started looking up online, and bam, the first thing that came up was the Masar website. And yeah, it just sounded like a really, really cool way to get work experience in a foreign country, which was Israel, and practice my Hebrew and just be enriched in the culture, meet new friends, and yeah, just get like a really, really good experience. Um, and yeah, like Makam said, there are a ton of these programs, which I'm sure you're hearing from all of them now. And yeah, I guess it was a bit of a yeah. I'll talk to you more about why I chose Young Today afterwards, but yeah.
Okay, and what did you study in university? Did you need an internship to complete your degree?
So I studied accounting and finance back in Perth. I still actually have 6 months left. That's one thing that I've noticed from Australia. It's pretty easy to defer your degree if you want to, which from the people that I've met, it doesn't sound like it's so easy to do from other countries. Um, I did not need a internship for my degree. I'd actually already done one back home in the summer for a month, which I did get a grad job out of. But I decided anyway that this is something that I wanted to do. Can never harm you to get extra work experience. And it was just like a nice break from university as well. Like I'm going home in January and then finishing off first semester next year. Uh, so yeah, it was totally voluntary. I didn't have any need to do it, but I have met people who have needed to do it, and this counts for it.
Okay, tell us about your internship. Where do you work? What is your internship about? What does the company do? How did you find this internship opportunity?
Yeah, sure. So I currently work directly with the CFO of a clean energy high tech startup. It's called EcoWave Power. They have technology which converts waves into electricity. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not involved in that side of it, but I do work, like I said, with the CFO doing all of the financial things. So we've just finished up doing the financial reports together, invoices, projections, just those kinds of financial calculations. And yeah, basically, Young Judea, at first I had an interview with an accounting firm, which I decided that it's probably what I'm going to do back home. So I didn't want to do that actually in Israel. And then Young Judea brought me this opportunity. They were looking for a financial internship. And basically, I didn't really have to do anything. They gave me the contact. I had an interview, and I got accepted. And then I came to Israel and I started 2 weeks later. It was pretty easy. Everything was organized for me. I didn't have to do any searching. But yeah, essentially, you just give some sort of interest or background into what you want to do, and the internship coordinator finds it for you and gives you the option.
Okay. Tell us about your day-to-day life in Israel Pro. Where do you live and with whom? How does your schedule look like? Do you live with any roommates, alone?
Okay, yeah. So this program, like all of them, it sounds, is structured to reflect an independent life of an Israeli working and living in Tel Aviv. I don't know if it wasn't said before, but I do know that Young Judea does offer Jerusalem and Haifa options. I obviously can't really talk about those as I didn't participate in them, but they are there in case if anyone is interested. But yeah, so I live in Tel Aviv. I live in the Florentine neighborhood, right on top of Shuk Levinsky, if anyone knows what that is. It is the most perfect location I could have asked for. It's literally a 2-minute walk from Rothschild. It's right a 4-minute bus stop from the train station, a 3-minute bus ride to the central bus station. It's just close to everything. There's constantly things happening. It's for a young person living in Tel Aviv, it is the ideal neighborhood. I'm also lucky I live very close to where I work. But yeah, basically it's a pretty independent program. Our program is structured to only work 4 days a week. So currently we work Sundays to Wednesdays, and that is actually one of the reasons I chose to do this program, because every single Thursday, Friday, Saturday we have off, and it's just a very nice time to either go away on trips with your friends, see other friends, just an extra day of weekends, great. Once a month on those Thursdays, we do have a trip. We actually, a couple of weeks ago, just did our ALAF trip. And there's also 2 weeks Chofesh during Yom Kippur and Sukkot, which I actually just got back like 2 days ago from Italy, because we had that time off. So, which is a really cool thing, especially coming from Australia. Like being in Israel, we're a lot closer to Europe. So you do get those 2 weeks off to go if you want travel a bit. But yeah, outside of work, I mean, the day-to-day work depends on the company you choose. I have friends who work from like 9 till 3. I personally work 10 till 5, 6, whatever. It depends on your industry. But after that, because Tel Aviv, everything's open so late, your day like can start afterwards at 6 if you want to go to the beach for sunset or shopping or whatever you want to do. It's very independent. We often just chill in the apartment, cook, go get food. It's very chilled. Oh, and I currently live with 6 other people. I'm fortunate enough to have my own private room. But yeah, it's really cool, and the location could not be better.
Okay. How do you see the social side of the program? Do you have friends from the program? What do you do together in the apartment or outside of the apartment?
Yeah, I definitely have my friends from the program. Actually, the first one I went to Italy with was one of my friends from the program who I met 2 months ago, and we just spent 2 weeks traveling together. We often go out, experience the awesome nightlife in Tel Aviv. We go to the beach, we go out for dinner. We have monthly Shabbat dinners facilitated by the program for us, where we each get to, I guess, prepare a meal, and it's really cool because we have people from all over the world. I think currently in this program, there's me from Australia, and then there's British, German, North America, so US, Canada, Mexico, Brazil. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. And yeah, it's really cool because we get to experience everyone's culture. They all bring items of food, and it's just a really, really cool experience. We definitely bond in our trips that we go to on with each other. We also have every couple of weeks group meetings or group activities. And yeah, also you definitely get to make friends with people from all of the programs. There are external organizations which have facilitated. There was like a barbecue just before Rosh Hashanah. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And we all live relatively close to each other, some further than others. But yeah, you get to make friends within your program, and there's definitely the broader internship community that's currently living here. And yeah, definitely also the freedom of the program allows you, if you do have friends or family inside Israel already from before, it allows you to see them on a regular basis because it is so independent, and you really, really get to choose how your experience goes.
Okay, thank you. And what was your program cost? Did you get any scholarship from Masa? How the registration process was for you?
Yeah, so I don't know if any of you have been on the Masa website yet. Essentially, you choose your internships, and then it brings you up with the program. But once the actual registration opened, I think it was for Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is obviously the most expensive option, but within Tel Aviv, there's only one price range. There's no like tiered housing. We all kind of live in the same area, which is really nice. It kind of provides like a little bit of equality, and it's pretty good. I think it was about $7,500 US. And yes, I definitely received Masa scholarships, so I didn't pay quite that. And considering all the things you get, because I didn't say this before, but you get the apartment, you get the ulpan. We get ulpan Hebrew lessons twice a week in the morning, which I found is really good. We get a Rav-Kav, which is Israel's public transport pass. We get an allowance every month, and the trips obviously included. So all things included, it's relatively reasonable price, especially after the grant. And the registration process was pretty easy. Once you basically sign up, you can speak to. I spoke to the person who was there before but just to get that initial connection with them, I find what the programs are. But once the registration opens, you literally just go to the website, you sign up, and someone from the program will email you, and you have an interview, and it's pretty easy. The hardest part, I mean, for me personally, it wasn't that difficult. I know some people had a harder time, but getting the internship is kind of the more difficult than actually signing up to the program. But I don't know, I had a very easy experience. But yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I think that we have time for questions if anyone wants to ask something.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. It was really great to hear a personal experience. So that's really nice. If anyone has any questions, please just pop them in the Q&A and we can facilitate a discussion. But otherwise,
where can I leave?
do you want to pop your details in the chat below? Okay. We have a question about age eligibility for this program.
Oh, okay. So the age vary from 20 to 35, but this program we have 20 to 30. So yeah.
And most people are around 22, 21.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions that they'd like answered here? If you would like, if you remember a question that you wanted to ask later on, you can just email at, oh, I think something was just posted below.
Yeah, so the first link is to you to go to Google Forms, and then if you put your details there, then Talia, our recruiter, is going to get back to you during the next week. This is her email. You can also ask me everything you want in this email that I'll write you here. And if you want to go to our website of Young Judea and find Israel Pro, then you have this one.
Lachlan, did you want to know if it was up to 30 or 35?
Sorry?
There's another question asking if it was up to 30 or up to 35.
It's up to 35.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Sounds like an incredible program.